Hello, everyone. Jason Hagholm here, and just got back after watching the incredible Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia fight that took place literally moments ago from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. And all I can say right now is I am just flabbergasted at what I just saw. Look, if you've been following the buildup of this fight, I don't think anyone thought we would get the performance that we got from Ryan Garcia tonight, who literally went out there and had the performance of his life, dropped Devin Haney not once, not twice, but 3 times in this fight, and is able to walk away with a majority decision over Devin Haney. He knocked him down for the first Haney for the first time, 3 times in his career, and as well his first loss as a professional. And I'm just still in astonishment of what we saw from Ryan Garcia. Garcia was able to prove everyone, including myself, wrong, because if you saw the antics coming into this fight, he obviously missed weight yesterday, 143 pounds instead of the contract at 140 pounds. He couldn't win a title. Everyone thought he was just ahead on his platter. You know, on some betting sites, I saw Devin Haney as high as a minus 800, minus 900 fighter. And he went out there and was able to just showcase that left hook, put Devin Haney down, take the fight to Devin Haney towards the later portions of the round, and put Devin Haney in a spot where he wasn't used to, and that was having him to try to push the fight forward and take control of it. A lot of clinching from Haney, but Garcia proved a lot of people wrong, the doubters that were in there of what Devin Haney could do or what Ryan Garcia could do, because Garcia was just fighting for his reputation, fighting for his career, fighting to prove people wrong. And I think, honestly, we have to take a step back as if maybe, everything Oscar De La Hoya said about Ryan Garcia, it's right, because he knows what he has in a fighter that he's watched come up through the ranks. They've had some falling outs, but everything seems to be up on the up and up with them right now. And Garcia went out there working with his new trainer, and they're right now 2 for 2. And this is the biggest test that they've had, and they passed it with flying colors. Just to have the ability to take a fight to Devin Haney, knock Devin Haney down for the first time in his career, not once, not twice, but 3 times. I don't think anyone had that on their bingo card going into this fight. And that's what makes not only this sport, but this fight, this division, that much more interesting, because I think a lot of people thought, well, if Devin Haney wins here, Tank Davis is going to, presumably win his fight on June 15th. You'll have those guys fight at the end of 2024. That's not going to happen now. It looks like we're more than likely going to get a rematch where I would assume maybe we get a much more motivated Ryan Garcia, a much more polished Ryan Garcia, where he can walk away with a championship at the end of the day, where he's going to be the A side of this fight. Obviously, both Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia's purses are going to be up. But as well, I think while we talked a lot about Ryan Garcia, being insane, being crazy, questioning why are we watching this fight, there's something that needs to be said about Ryan Garcia. He did act definitely erratic. There's no denying that, and us questioning, should this fight even happen? But he makes the bet about $500,000 a pound that if he can make weight. Well, he pays Devin Haney after not making the weight. So he's a man of his word there. He met Devin Haney in the middle, and Haney met Garcia in the middle as well. But Garcia is a man of his word here, and I think there's something that we should maybe give him some credence of, that, while there may be he was acting insane. Maybe it was a part of an act, a ploy. I'm not sure. He did live up to what a lot of fighters wouldn't do. I mean, Jake Paul still hasn't paid Tyson Fury yet. So honestly, I'm impressed with that. I'm impressed to see where we go when this fight happens, what the purses are going to be, where it's going to be, and the rematch for sure. Because I'm just in astonishment of what we saw from Ryan Garcia. I don't think anyone had this fight going the way it did. I mean, when we got to the scorecards, just try to pull those up real quickly. One judge did score it even at 112 apiece, and you thought, boxing's going to rear its ugly head, because after the second knockdown that Ryan Garcia had on Devin Haney, Haney clinching, trying to just, avoid getting hit from Ryan Garcia. Garcia, while the official's trying to break him up, he lets the temper get the better of him, and he lands a punch hitting off the break, which leads to Ryan Garcia losing a point. And that may have been a bigger factor in the fight than we had thought it may be. But thankfully, the remaining two judges were out there, and they got this fight correct and for the right person to win in Ryan Garcia. But very impressed with Ryan Garcia. Still not sure if it's a ploy, if he was working us, whatnot. But when the chips were down, when the lights were on bright, he, like a lot of people, when the pressure's on, they perform at their best. And that's exactly what Ryan Garcia did here tonight in Brooklyn. And I'm I'm astonished for just how this fight happened in the sense of just what we saw. I don't think Devin Haney was expecting we're getting this from Ryan Garcia. I don't think he thought Garcia maybe took the fight as serious. I think maybe he let his guard down just a tad. And obviously the one factor that Garcia has that you can't teach is just the speed and the quickness factor. He had that advantage over Haney, and he capitalized on it time after time with the left hook, which is his bread and butter, his big weapon. And as we've seen, if you're a good puncher like Garcia is throughout the history of this sport, obviously you want to work on all the other fundamentals that are involved with boxing. But if your bread and butter, your go-to move is a big left hook, go use it, because Haney obviously had to prepare for it, but still couldn't find a way to stop it, and that's a big factor in there. And Garcia had all this success, too, without really using his jab. I believe up until the through 8 rounds, he had only landed like 12% of jabs thrown in this fight. And the jab, obviously, if you know anything about boxing or combat sports, the jab sets up all the other punches. So for Garcia to just have those 3 knockdowns without setting up a jab or making a jab that fundamental in the fight, I thought that was really impressive. And for Devin Haney, you got to go back to the drawing board, obviously. You got to maybe take Ryan Garcia a little bit more serious. I think we're going to see the best version of Devin Haney the next time out, and it has to be this rematch here with Ryan Garcia. This is what makes, boxing has had a big resurgence really over the past few years, but now with all the big fights coming up, that 5-on-5 card in Saudi Arabia, you have Fury, Usyk, you have this PBC new other pay-per-view here with Tank Davis headlining it. So much excitement. And now this fight, a rematch, which would be the 8th fight between these guys, but the second where it really matters as professionals. What are we going to get from Haney here as he's going to try to push the fight, try to get his win back here against the guy that he feels he probably let one slip away, and Garcia is going to have to prove that this wasn't a fluke. And will he show up in shape? That's a big question here. Honestly, this was an incredible event, well worth your money, and just highlights why boxing and combat sports is just the most incredible sport in the world, because you can game plan, you can do all your prep, as a fan or a follower of the sport for a long time, but it's not until they get down to brass tacks and compete inside the squared circle where any of that matters. All the armchair quarterbacking, it doesn't matter. The 2 men, and Haney and Garcia, had to get in there and throw down, and that's exactly what they did. Just an incredible, incredible fight between these 2 men, and really one that people were saying also fight of the year candidate. Probably right now I would have it as my fight of the year in the boxing. Performance of the year for sure for Ryan Garcia, because no one saw this coming from what we got from Ryan Garcia tonight. He made Oscar De La Hoya look like a genius. He made a huge win for Golden Boy, a huge win for himself, who's now put himself back in the stratosphere as one of the biggest names in the sport of boxing. I can't wait to see what happens for him in his career. He just needs to make some right decisions. I am a little concerned about some of the antics going on. Hopefully there are more people around him. Like, you can make even more money and be a massive superstar in your career for Ryan Garcia here. And he's only, going to be 26 in August? Like, the sky's the limit of how good this guy can be. And if to do that to Devin Haney, who's also, not even 28 years old is impressive beyond heck. And I'm happy we got to witness it. I'm happy this fight happened. Shout out to Matchroom. Shout out to Golden Boy for getting it done. Shout out to the Haneys for making it done with Golden Boy. Shout out to everyone. I'm happy this fight got done. I'm happy for Ryan Garcia because he proved a lot of people wrong. He proved a lot to himself, or showed what we all knew he could probably do, and he actually was able to do it in a fight of this magnitude. Just an unbelievable performance. And the good news is, hopefully, we will get a rematch down the line. Just had to pop on here quickly because I'm just astonished on what we saw tonight. Just an incredible fight, and boxing is just only getting better here as we head into the months of May and June. Just the time to be a boxing fan is right now. Just hop on there, enjoy this sport. Ryan Garcia, just with the performance of his life, and one of the best performances in all of 2024. One we'll have to remember when year-end awards come around. But Ryan Garcia, with the most masterful performance of his career, wins a majority decision over Devin Haney. He knocks Devin Haney down 3 times in the fight. The first 3 times Devin Haney has ever had his butt on the canvas as a professional. And just an incredible performance. I just can't keep using those words enough because it was. I'm just in a flawed. I may make a video tomorrow or Monday when I can have some proper thoughts put together, but just a quick reaction here. Gone about 11 and a half minutes. Definitely very happy I got to see this, and happy for Ryan Garcia. He proved a lot of people wrong, including myself. So thanks for watching. Peace out, and we'll see you all next time.